Hello, welcome back to Heroes for Hire Comic Club channel here on YouTube. My name is Matt. I'm just reading some old Legends of the Dark Knight. Um, Welcome back to another episode of Matt's new comic recommendations. And today we are going to be discussing Absolute Batman #1. And I picked up the Jim Lee cover. I thought it was pretty dope. I like Jim Lee anyway, so we picked that one up. And you got the inside C cover A is there. This is written by Jason Aaron, art by Rafa Sandoval, and Ulysses Ariola is on the colors, I think. So, oh, and yeah, I gotta give a shout out to Justice League Unlimited coming out soon. I'm looking forward to that. All right, this years ago, 9 million light years from Earth. This is Krypton. So we start on Krypton, and like you see, they talk about all these sprawling centers of advanced science and ancient law, like Kandor with its lab-grown gardens and lava-powered energy plants. So it's like the height of technology, right? You see it there. Yeah, Candor right here. Then you go to the place called the Redlands, and this farmer saying the rain's not here yet, and he's talking to someone about how these they have the scientists they manufacture clouds, so you have to pay for rain in these places, and he's not, and he's paid them, but they haven't done it yet, and there's somebody working on his farming equipment, and it's Laurel, it's Superman's mother. She used to be a scientist, but like they kicked her out because she was they have a class system of Krypton. Like if you're in the lower class, you have like the S logo you see there. That's where it comes from. So like they have a class system, kind of like they had in Great Britain back in the day. Like if you were lower middle class, you were lower middle class your whole life, right, or upper class your whole life. Well, the rain finally shows up, and she's like, "Well, don't you want?" She's standing, and he goes, "Let's get out of the rain, Laura." And she's like, "Don't you want to get your money's worth?" So you see right there, and she was wanting to be a scientist. She wanted to be an astronaut, but they didn't want us to travel anymore. But this explains, like you see the class system. You see, these guys are like high class, I guess, upper class people. You see in the picture here, and so if you wear that, but if you look at the guy, this is Jarrell's dad, Kal-El's dad, yeah, Jarrell, and he's like just a lowly worker, the lower class. Now he's kind of stuck in it, but he was supposed to be a scientist until he gave his speech at his college. The environment, y'all are pillaging the environment. It's going to destroy this planet. And so then you go to the scene. It's like they're on a mine. They're in a mine here on Krypton, and Jarrell's telling them, "Look, we need to shut it down. There's a danger of collapse or something going on." And the guy says, "No, you need to see. Look at my he's like middle management class or whatever. So he's like, you need to do what I tell. The mine starts back up. Before they can start it back up, though, there's a big explosion. Obviously, wouldn't expect anything else. When somebody warns you about something, then it happens. So then uh, it like just like melts this dude's face right here. It's kind of crazy, but it's kind of setting up. Then it goes to now on Earth in Brazil, and there's a mine that's ran by this company called the Lazarus Corporation, and they're forcing these people to go there and mine this asbestos and stuff. And they basically at gunpoint, if you're not leaving until it's all done. They're like a diamond mine and everything. So they want to process all these diamonds, and they get down there, and all of it's already done. So they're like, well, let's not say anything about it because we need. But they talk about there's this thing going around. It's like being or something that's got this great power. I think could he be God? He goes around helping poor people in areas across the world, right? Well, you'll find out it's Kal-El. This is the absolute Superman. He doesn't want to be known that well, but so like, the night before he met with him about that guy, yeah, this character right here met with him about like trying to help them get that stuff because they were going to trap him down. These people worked with his contract, and he's like, you can come and eat with us and everything before. We're going to have a great barbecue. We're going to barbecue aboard, have grilled plantains, and join us. You will be welcome. I've seen the wonders of your world. my world. The guy don't know what he means by my world. I mean, is it your world too? He doesn't realize that Kal-El is an alien, right? He says, "How do you know which is the truth?" He says, uh, he says, "I've seen a lot of places like these industries that run them, and they run on suffering. How do you know which is the truth? You know when you have to, when you have what is the guy tells him, you know when you have what is worth fighting for. That is the truth." Hillel says, "And what if you have nothing? I have to go more work to do, but thank you." And the guy doesn't know what he meant by that. Well, then, so the armed gun thugs, we're kind of used to them in the southeast Kentucky because the guys in the coal mines right here, they were called the foremen and stuff. When you had a strike, they called them gun thugs, and they would like get everybody in line by any means necessary. So that's what they call where I'm from, this area, like in Harlan County, Kentucky. Well, they used to call it the dark and bloody ground because a lot of blood was spilled here, not just by them, but Native Americans. But what I'm digressing. Anyway, so they're ready to kill that guy that befriended Jarrell. He's like, I don't believe you. Something's going on here. And before he can like kill him, you see, he finds the guy or whatever. It's like Jarrell. I'm kind of like all over the place with the story. So they're closing in on him because one worker was missing, and it was Jarrell. He was disguised as a worker. So they come for him, tell him to come out, and you get more explanation. He talks about it's always Lazarus. He says there's always misery, always Lazarus. Everywhere he goes, where there's people suffering, this company Lazarus has everybody under their heel and working for them. Basically, it's almost like slaves with poor wages and everything. So right away, I'm pretty sure that Jason Aaron is making a subliminal political statement here, which you can agree or disagree on that. So anyway, Jarrell, he's not called Superman yet, but he's pretty pissed. So he starts messing these guys up, and you find out that his suit. How he talks to his suit, he's got it's like almost like a some kind of living armor, and it like tells him it. I guess it like focuses his power he gets from the yellow sun. Is what I'm assuming. So here he says he's out of the shadows now, ready to fight. Pretty cool art, I think, by Mr. Sandoval. And sorry about my nose running there. And so he's jacked all these guys up totally. Then they electrocute him with some kind of device, right? And his suit is telling him, "You must leave now, Kal-El. You must leave now." Attention, it says pitch and peacemakers call off the Reaper drones, and we have some people coming in. These agents, and then here's the agent right here. You see one of them. She might look familiar. That's Agent Lane. So yes, that's Lois Lane. In this world, she's like a secret assassin agent, super agent, or whatever for the bad guys right now. So I don't know. That's kind of an interesting twist right there, ain't it? Well, he goes off of his heat vision, and he's like, "Cal." The suit talks to him. Like I said, he talks to him. He says, "Cal, it is my mission to protect you, to guard you, the last living vestige of the House of El. So I must urge you yet again: do not engage. Do not risk your life for these people. Leave this place. Return to the shadows, please. You must never forget the lesson of Krypton. Some worlds simply cannot be saved, not from themselves." Boy, that's some pointed words. But like, also, I have to go back because Lois was saying that his suit, it's the suit. If you look closely, you can see it shifting, changing shape, like living armor is protecting him. And sometimes I swear he's talking to it. And she would be right; he is talking to it. But anyway, his suit's warning him. These people can't be saved for themselves. You can't save these people for themselves. So then they send in this field team because they want to capture him, obviously, and study him because it's an evil corporation. That's what else would an evil corporation do? Have we not learned anything from sci-fi movies? Remember Alien? They put their crew at risk to go study this mysterious beast or whatever, this alien species, and it ended up killing everybody. But they didn't care, right? They just wanted a sample of it. Anyway, he's like, this was a bad. He's talking to Sue. This was a bad idea, and I don't really feel so great. Let's get out of here before he can get out of there. Clink, you see something on his wrist, and it's Agent Lois Lane come in to screw everything up for him. This is Agent Lane, suspect in custody. She says, "Move and I'll fry your face." And she calls him Superman. It's the first time somebody's called him Superman. So then you see that they do the credits at the end. It's kind of a different way of doing it, right? Anyway, it's part one, Down in the Dirt. Superman, obviously created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster. And this writer of this book is Jason Aaron. The artist is Rafa Sandoval. Ulysses Areola is the colorist. And Becca Carey was the letterer. So I like to read the full thing because, it takes more than just an artist or a writer to do these books. You have to have somebody do the color and somebody do the text for the words. So remember that, everybody. It takes more than just a writer and an artist to do it. You have to have the colors and the letter to make the art pop even more. They don't really use inkers, I guess, as much as they used to, but I still miss the old school. So now we flash to the Nevada desert. See this guy, he's looked up all this stuff from his head here. So he says, "A scrumptious new toy. Wonder where you came from." Then it goes, you see Central Kansas. You see the old Kent farm, the mailbox is knocked down, and it says property of Lazarus Corp. So he's got a bone to pick with them, it looks like, because they took his family's farm, his adopted family, right? Then you go we go back to the years ago, Krypton, the Redlands. And Jarrell's coming back in to talk to Laura. And she's like, Jarrell, what's wrong with you? You see, there he's coming back in. This is after that mine explosion. And she's like, you look like you have radiation burns. What happened? Was there an accident? A mine? Why aren't you in the hospital? He said, there has to be more testing, but he's trying to tell her, break it to her that their world's going to be destroyed soon because of all the damage they've done to the environment by mining. That's pretty poignant. Then you see where's Jarrell, and Jarrell says, "Are you okay, Dad? You see a dog?" So I guess Crypto makes his first appearance in the Absolute Universe today. We got Crypto the dog there. I guess too bad he didn't make it to Earth, but you can see everything's coming out of the ground. It's dying, and so they're concerned to get their son off here. So I'm assuming eventually they'll get him off the island, off the planet, the island. A cool little splash for the all in. So my summation of this book would be it's pretty awesome. I suggest you read it. I think I'll pick up issue 2. I'm excited where DC's going with all this absolute stuff and the all in stuff. And I guess you could say, even though I'm more of a Marvel fan, I guess I'm all in for the DC all in. So remember, I had fun last night. I'd like to thank Lunch Money Comic Mike from Lunch Money Comics for coming on last night for our first episode of Comic Conversations. And if you tune in next week on November 19th at 8:30 p.m., my next guest for episode 2 of Comic Conversations will be Cliff from Cliff on Comics. So I look forward to seeing that and having him on. And the week after that, I haven't got the date figured out yet, but my friend, the cheap comic collector, Robert, will be my guest on the 3rd episode. And there'll be many more episodes that to come, so stay tuned for that. And I appreciate everybody that came out and viewed that. And also, don't forget my live stream every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Eastern. We talk about the upcoming comic book releases for the next week. We talk about the hot top 20 trending comics of the week, and we talk about movies. Just have fun, maybe show some comic books. So, and stay tuned for my friend Psychotronic Squirt Guns show that I'm on every week if I'm possibly. I've not. I don't think I've missed an episode since I've been on the show. It's called Chaotic Comic Covers with Friends and more. So please stay tuned for all that. And if you don't mind, like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. It does help with the algorithm. So, with that said, until next time, true believers, Excelsior.